How about we use one of these fancy stabilizers for once, huh? Made all these things, and now I apparently never bothered to touch them. So let's try to use one and actually show off a little bit what's going on here. So, well, first off, before I go in there, actually the spider plant is now resting out here. It's not the best place for him just because it's so dark out here, but we wooded him and she put him on the floor yesterday, she being Sarah, and I was like, you know, I liked how he's getting light in there, but I don't like how I'm going to step on him, so I just moved him out there, at least for the time being. Now, the studio is an absolute mess. There's no way around that one, but I've got a whole bunch of things on my to-do list for today, because laundry is one of them, and all that was on the bed is actually done, so it really just needs to get folded, and I think that's going to be one of the next things I do. But most of the list is actually vlog and let's play stuff, other than this. Now, this is the Game Boy I was working on yesterday, and actually a little bit just right now. It's hot up here, so you'll have to forgive me because the fan's a little bit loud, but that's what happens when people decide to set the house downstairs to 73 and it makes the upstairs like 80. It was brutal this morning, trust me. But yeah, so I've finished with this now. I spent the last little while here actually cleaning the back of this up, because the back of this was actually still pretty bad from all of the tape residue, because there was a little kind of really shitty battery pack attached here, and I wanted to take it off, and I took off all the little sticky things, and of course there was tape because it was taped on, so that was a little bit of a nightmare to clean up, but it's all gone now, so I think we can actually go ahead and reassemble this now. So I think that's going to be my first priority this afternoon now. My next priority, I guess, because I have been working for some time, but whatever. Boom. Done. Just tested it. It works perfectly. Now, what else is on my agenda for today? Well, as I mentioned, I really want to get all these vlogs done. I want to clean up the studio, and I want to do stuff for Let's Play, in addition to finishing the laundry. So I think I might take a little while to go check on the laundry, because I have one load in the washer, one load in the dryer, and then everything just really needs to get folded and put away that's on the bed. So in a good position there. The Let's Play channel is really probably only going to have 2 videos this week, and that's going to be the 2 final episodes of Spyro, and then I guess at some point next week I'll start with the next next project. But also, one other thing that might be happening today is apparently starting around 3 or so, might be getting some thunderstorms. Now, thunderstorms make my life a little bit difficult, because not only can I not record commentary when it's noisy, I can't do anything during a thunderstorm because I don't want to risk my computer. So that might throw a wrench or 2 or 3 into the works, and well, we'll have to see about that later, but for the meantime, I think I'm going to try to get as much done as possible. But for the meantime, let's go do something, shall we? Alright, I got something not actually into the vlog at all. We covered one of these. I believe it was actually on the very last day of day 1 of the vlog. I got this as change on Saturday when I left and paid for parking. I actually got a museum that was, at the museum, I got a bill that was marked with the Where's George thing. It's actually a $5. But yeah, so I got it, and I actually put it in. Because if you recall, we did this way back in the day. I think it was about 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was literally the very last vlog. And this one's actually a little more recent. And by the way, nobody has, if you're wondering about that one from 2 years ago, nobody has actually tracked it since. Because I actually have email alerts turned on for, well, now both of these. So if I ever get another hit, I will let you guys know. But for right now, I have, well, obviously this one's in my possession, so it's not going to be getting any more hits until I spend it and then somebody does something with it. But it's just kind of interesting. So this one was actually entered May 1st, 2017, and it was in Spring City, Pennsylvania, which is, it's a little farther than where I work. Yeah, it's out past King of Prussia. It's out past Collegeville and Phoenixville. It's a little further away, but not too bad. It's 34 miles from here apparently. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see if we get another hit on this. I might spend this at lunch sometime soon, just so we can see if we ever get a hit on this, like the last time we didn't. Well, things are actually really starting to happen outside. I don't know how much of this you can see on the camera, but it is actually getting pretty dark. Those clouds are all getting really gray, and it is kind of Well, it's noticeable. We had a very brief sun shower. Very, very brief. It didn't actually last long at all, but, well, if you look, I made some progress because the desk is actually mostly cleared other than a few drawings. And I am satisfied with that in terms of cleaning the studio. The bed's still a little bit of a mess. The floors are a little bit cleaner too. This corner is a little bit more cleaned up. My table is kind of there. And I threw out a lot of older papers and all the notes and other things that I really just didn't need anymore. So the studio itself has gotten a lot cleaner, so that's a plus. And I'm okay with that, marking that one off on my to-do list. One vlog is completely out. The other 4 are rendering, which means that the vlogs will be very shortly up to date again. Which just brings me now really to working on Let's Play and also going downstairs to finish the laundry, because I need to go do that, well, pretty shortly now. Not bad progress-wise, though. Well, we just got hit by another burst of it. It's been literally a minute since I ended it. It's actually still coming down a little bit, though, but we just got, literally the second I pressed it, we got hit by a pretty big wave of it. Also, I think we might have just lost the internet, which is fun. Because it's like 2 days off in a row I haven't been able to work. And the stupid vlogs are actually done now. Oh boy. Well, there's a lot of rain everywhere. What they promised did come true. Yeah, it's pretty wet. I'm not even gonna lie. But wetness aside, we have to get out of here, even though, yes, it's 6 o'clock. And why are we doing this at 6 o'clock? You may be asking if you're familiar with the usual schedule. And, well, that will be because I've kind of beat around the bush a little bit and said that the quarter's over. I don't think I've actually directly stated that. I need my defroster on, apparently. Oh, well. But, yeah, it is the end of the quarter. It is spring break. Or is this finals week? No, I think last week was finals week. It's actually spring break now. So yeah, the quarter is over. Which of course means that it's spring break, which means that everybody's on break right now. So Sarah, whose schedule is changing to begin with, is now also just has the whole week off. Well, off from class, that is. Still has to contend with work, which is why she's at work. And why I will be at work tomorrow. I didn't mention it because for once it actually doesn't mean anything to me, because it doesn't affect co-op. It's not like we suddenly get a week-long vacation from our co-op, because that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, so we don't get that. And that's one of the reasons why spring co-op is actually kind of better, because if you have like a fall-winter one, you don't get the vacation for those like 3 whole weeks. Yeah. We only get the week-long vacation that we miss. But anyway, enough about time off that I'm not getting. I actually got quite a bit done. I got the end of Spyro recorded, so all of Spyro's recorded, all of Spyro's edited. I did not get to do commentary, but that's okay because I'm changing the format once again of the final few episodes. So the Super Bonus World is going to be the grand finale, and not right away, but a little bit in the future still, we're going to have bonus episodes, and those bonus episodes are where the skill points are going to be. Might show off some of the special codes. I hesitate to call them cheat codes because they don't really do anything cheat wise, but yeah, well, for all intents and purposes we'll call them cheat codes. You know, I might just do that, but I think I'm going to do them in some bonus episodes a little further on down the line. So for all intents and purposes, everything is actually done for Spyro, except for the commentary and exporting the last episode. And again, I think I'm going to have that go up on probably Friday, so that I can relax a little bit over this week to kind of get myself together, and then probably over the weekend or whatever, I will start recording the next project. I want to kind of keep the vlogs also fairly on time, because those have been kind of down lately, because now we're venturing very, very close to hitting that 2-day average turnaround, and I would like to keep it below that, and it is just barely below that. I think it's like 1.95 average. So if we could get a couple more vlogs to be mostly on time, that'll be very, very beneficial. Very, very beneficial indeed. I don't think today's over yet for the most part. I mean, I got a lot of stuff done today. The laundry's all done. All the Let's Play stuff is done, kind of. I can't record while it's thunderstorming, obviously, and also everybody's home now. So really, what's the point? but I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of work that I've gotten done in the first place. Because of course all the vlogs are up to date too. So the only thing not up are the clips you're watching right now. Always a good place to be. Always a good place to be. Take that, universe! I can do this too! Thunderstorm.